Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm here to do just another let's have a chat. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, and I thought today would be probably the most appropriate time to kind of do it. So today that I'm recording it, it is National Mental Health Day. I've done a video previously, like a few months ago, about Mental Health Awareness Day, and I believe today is like a worldwide thing. So I thought I would just have like a kind of not kind of get ready with me, but I'll be putting on some makeup because I don't want to stay like this for the rest of the day. And just have a chat about mental health and the different types of mental health. So yeah, let's just kind of get into the video. So I'm not going to be talking about the makeup as much because I don't have anything new, and it's not really related to what I'm talking about. But yeah, so weirdly enough, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I work in a domestic violence charity, and they kindly let me go on this training on Wednesday. So the training was like a mental health awareness training because I think it was leading up to this weekend, and the training was fantastic. It really opened my eyes to different types of mental health because I have done some training around mental health and just things in general. But when it comes to something like mental health, which is really kind of close to home and really something that the whole world deals with, it's not something just one person will deal with and that's it. Everyone around you is dealing with some kind of mental health issue. You might not be feeling it today, but it sounds like a threat. You won't be having it today, but tomorrow. It's just something that happens and that you can't help it happening to you. Obviously, there's different ways of kind of controlling how you feel and knowing what your triggers are and everything, but some people just don't um, have that. They don't know what their triggers are. Like, I personally don't know what any of mine are, apart from just feeling like absolute rubbish and feeling so kind of unworthy and stuff. And I will be talking a lot about my own because obviously I'm my own person. I know how I feel, and a lot of people, you can explain it to lots of other people, but how you feel, and obviously that person that you're talking to could be experiencing it as well, um, but just not knowing how to express it, which is, I think, quite a sad thing because I know a lot of people just put on a brave face around other people. I know I have done that a lot and I still do because you just don't want to bother people. You don't want to just kind of get them asking how you're doing. You're just like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay. And that always leads up to like starting a conversation with someone. But sometimes you have to understand that you're not alone. You have so many people around you. It's very difficult to kind of acknowledge that as well because sometimes if you have felt like this in the past and a lot of people haven't been there for you, you kind of just want to close up. Um, but I feel talking about things is always very important because the more you bottle it up, the worse it will become. Um, but a lot of people don't seem to kind of know the different points of mental health as well, and it's just stuff that is just obvious as well. So it's obviously stuff like depression, but then it also will go into stuff like eating disorders and self-harm, and eating disorders including overeating, or even purging and stuff like that. Had to fall on the floor, my little sponge. um yeah, I apologize if any of this topic is sensitive to a lot of people or maybe triggering, but it's definitely important to talk about certain topics because a lot of people just want to kind of close up and not talk about things, but sometimes it's easier to talk about it because it might be too late to talk to someone. I mean, it's never too late to talk to someone, but if you feel like it is too late, it's never too late. Like, it's you can know there's so many charities and organizations that are out there that talk to people 24/7 daily about you know stopping them from jumping off a bridge or stopping them from, you know, doing worse things. You know, there's so many people out there who, there's so many organizations and people that are out there. And I think with a day like this, it's important for people to acknowledge their own struggles, because it's very difficult. I mean, during lockdown, it probably is a bit more aware of the struggles, because you're not going anywhere, you're not doing anything, you're sitting at home with your thoughts, and it can get quite, you know, frustrating and daunting, because you can't do anything, like suddenly your life has just stopped, especially if people had a lot of things kind of happening to them this year, which is really sad, including myself, because, you know, I'm still working, thankfully, and I got my new job and everything, but working from home is honestly one of the biggest struggles. I'm the kind of person who likes going out, even though I'm that typical person where I'm like, I love going out, but I love staying in, which is, it is a thing, honestly, it is. I mean, I love going out to work and seeing my friends and seeing my family, but then I love being at home, not doing anything, having time to myself and spending time with my husband and just living our normal kind of life. And obviously, when something as frustrating as this virus, which is ruining a lot of people, you know, a lot of people are being made redundant, a lot of people are obviously cutting down hours, no hours. It can be very, you know, it can take its toll on people, especially when it comes to mental health, because if you're kind of on an edge and you get pushed over that edge, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And it's the truth, because it's just so difficult to kind of help people when you suffer for it from yourself. I mean, you can always talk to people, but obviously you never know how the other person's feeling. That's why sometimes I have never really acknowledged how I feel, but I know that I had to have help. So I currently am going through online CBT. Like, I've had CBT before, which I've mentioned, around my anxiety and kind of panic attacks, and is, you know, that was when I was actually seeing a therapist face to face. And at the moment I'm only doing it online, because another option, I probably mentioned it before, but another option was to do it in a group, but I just did not feel comfortable being on Zoom with a group of people, or however, talking about kind of how I'm feeling. And it's okay, like, if you want to do that, you should definitely do it. CBT is very interesting. It's very kind of, it's different, because it's there to outline everything, how you feel and how to kind of try and overcome them, because it's very difficult, like I mentioned before, to kind of find your triggers, to find out the things that are causing the problem. I kind of had an inkling as to what, I knew what was triggering my anxiety, but that I've kind of overcome. Not really, but kind of, you're getting there day by day. Like, you just don't, you can't stop anxiety like straight away. I'm just going, I'm looking at, I'm using the Nightmare for Christmas palette again. I just don't know what look to do, because I don't want to do another nude, because I did that the other day, even though it was gorgeous. Yeah, I've got a red look. But I think acknowledgement is the first step, knowing that you want help, knowing that you need help. During the course as well, well, it was like a half a day course. I watched a video about someone realizing that they had, I think they had like multiple personalities or something. It was very interesting to see someone's perspective. I don't have that, but it's just interesting for people who have mental health problems, acknowledge what the problem is, and finding help and finding the best way to get help. And if you've ever wanted to have counselling, I know that some counselling services are like so overbooked, and so many people wanting to, you know, access the service as well. Just don't give up. I mean, if you feel like you really need to talk to someone and have that counselling session, go for it. There's also talking therapies. which you can go through for your GP. So the first time I had it, I went through my GP, and sometimes it can take up to 6 months for them to even contact you with like an appointment, but sometimes it's worth it. Like if you know you're getting the right help, and you know that you're gonna find a light at the end of that tunnel, go for it, because it's important to get your life back on track. If you feel like you don't need CBT or you don't need counseling, that's good. I mean, that's how everyone should feel, you know, feeling okay and feeling happy and acknowledging. I mean, never kind of accept what you have, in the sense of, if you're like, oh, I'm just feeling sad, that's it. Like, that's not how you really should be. If you just kind of like, oh, I'm having a bad day, that's fair enough. But if you know that it's something more, then seek the help, because you'll be able to find the root of the problem, and have a reason to kind of get your life moving, because mental health destroys a lot of lives. It, you know, not even just talking about suicide, but talking about just living your day-to-day life, because without acknowledging that you have a problem and you're just constantly in a bad place, you need to find the reason. And I'm probably saying the same thing again and again, but it's important. It's very important. And yeah, that's the thing. If you ever feel like you need to talk to someone, I'll leave some numbers in the description. So there's going to be the Samaritans, there's hopefully a couple of other, and Mind as well. They're a great charity. You know, I've wanted to work with so many of these kind of organizations, so hopefully one day, if I feel like I'll be able to help someone, then yeah, I mean, even like volunteering, like I've done so many volunteering in the past, and it becomes very rewarding when you know that you can try and help other people. I'm just gonna, so I'm having a think about what I'm doing. So I'm just doing something on my lower lash line because I want to kind of complete the look. But yeah, the whole point of this video is to kind of get people talking about their own mental health, as opposed to obviously just helping other people, because obviously that's fantastic, helping other people, everything, but looking after your own, like, there's only one you, you know, you acknowledging how you're feeling is important. And you know, if you can't look after yourself, I always feel like you need to love yourself before you love other people. It's taken me a while to kind of get to that point, but I know that I have someone by my side who is there to help and support me whichever way I go. And I know it's difficult because a lot of people don't have that, but one day you will. And then you'll look back at everything and be like, those times were difficult, but I'm here now and I'm having a good time, and, you know, just living your best life. And this year is obviously a complete write-off, in, you know, just being honest about it, because as much as people want to achieve, like, there's so many gigs that I like to have gone to. I like to have gone on holiday maybe once, and, you know, gone out of this country for a while, for like a week or whatever. But you just have to just go, okay, that's not happening, but let's move on to the next thing that we can do that is doable. I'm just going to put on a lipstick and be right back. So I just did my lips, but then I realised maybe eyeliner is a good idea as well, so it brought everything together. But yeah, the whole point of just making this video is to talk about topics that people don't really like talking about, but I feel, especially times like this, I keep on going on about it, but it's just very important to look after yourself and do the things that you want to do, like watching a film, you know, listening to music by yourself, having a bath if you can, maybe even going for a walk. I mean, leaving the house once or twice a week is going to be so helpful. I know it's very overcrowded in London, or wherever you are, but having that space to like think is so important. Again, I will leave like phone numbers and stuff in the description. You know, just have a think about what you want to do and how you want to do it. Just important to look after each other and look after yourself. But this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like and please subscribe, because I'd like to get to 100 by the end of this year, which would be amazing. I'm almost there. I've got like 20 more people to subscribe, so if you did enjoy my content, please check out some of my other videos. I talk about other stuff apart from just like mental health and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you are well, hope you're healthy, hope you're having your best life, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.